Hi, this is Odd Dragon Neckbeard. Now I'm real tired after a long night at work, but I wanted to make this video before I made it to bed. The other day, Donald Trump pardoned 1,500 January 6 insurrectionists. I've got something to read real quick. If Mike does the right thing, we win the election. All Mike Pence has to do is send it back to the states to recertify. Mike will have to come through for us. If he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country. We will never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong. Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I'll tell you right now. Later on, there was a tweet. Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not the fraudulent or inaccurate ones they were asked to previously certify. USA demands the truth. Now you guys know what that is. That is Donald Trump at his rally. And then later on Twitter. After that, the crowd starts to chant, "Hang Mike Pence." And then they storm the Capitol. More than 600 of these people were convicted of violent offenses. Some were found guilty of seditious conspiracy. Now, Mike Johnson argues that it was a peaceful protest. Let's take a look at some of this peaceful protest.
We have a breach of the Capitol! Breach of the Capitol to the upper level!
Without objection, the chair declares the House in recess pursuant to clause...
Now, some idiots out there might be saying, Nancy Pelosi this, Nancy Pelosi that. Let me ask you, National Guardsmen, if you're out there and you're watching this, who is your commander-in-chief? Is it Mike Johnson or is it Donald Trump? And who can mobilize you? Would that be Donald Trump and your governor or Mike Johnson? Matter of fact, there's a video out there of Nancy Pelosi trying to bring in the National Guard. Let's watch that.
We have some senators who are still in their hideaways. They need massive personnel now. Can you get the Maryland National Guard to come too?
I have something to say, Mr. Secretary. Well, I'm going to call the mayor of Washington, D.C. right now and see what other outreach she has to other police departments as Senate Leader Hoyer.
Now, after Donald Trump's signing of the executive order, there was a news conference involving two policemen that were there on January 6th. One of them, Officer Hodges, still works there. Let's hear what he had to say.
Good evening. I'm here today in my personal capacity, and I hope you'll forgive me if I am a bit scattered because, as the congressman said, I've been working pretty much nonstop since last Friday, I think, for Donald Trump's second inauguration. Working to make sure that everyone who came to D.C. had adequate law enforcement services, that they were protected, that the transfer of power was peaceful. It was kind of surreal on Inauguration Day, having all these people wearing MAGA hats. They saw me and they saw my uniform. They had recognized who I was. They thanked me for my service. And it reminded me of January 6, 2021, because on that morning they thanked me for my service too. And then they went into the ellipse and listened to Donald Trump speak. And Trump was told that they were armed and he didn't care. He told them they had to fight. Fight, fight, fight. And then he sent them to the Capitol. And once they went to the Capitol, they didn't thank me anymore. They called me a traitor, telling me to remember my oath. I was beaten, crushed, kicked, punched, surrounded. Someone reached underneath my visor, tried to gouge out my eye.
After seeing that yesterday, I think it becomes crystal clear that the only blue that Donald Trump backs is the violent shade. The murderous or the violent ones that will commit acts of violence in his name.